Hey guys, good morning. All are getting my screen and voice. Please confirm once. Please confirm in chat box. All are getting my screen and voice.
Recording in progress.
Fine. See guys, today is the second day. Still we need to discuss about the course content only. Yesterday we discussed where actually our DevOps tools are coming to the picture in real time. Where our DevOps tools are coming to the picture in real time, we have seen. If you go with any project, we can see two teams, guys. One is a development team, another one is operations team. Development team will develop the project based on the client requirement. Operations team responsibility is to deploy and deliver the project to client. What is the responsibility of the development team, guys? Just they need to develop the code according to the client requirements by using some programming languages. And once the development is completed, operations team will come into the picture to deploy that project into the servers and deliver the project to client. Here development team and operations team both should work collaboratively to deliver the project to client as quickly as possible. In our DevOps, what tools we are going to use, guys? See, all these tools we are going to use. Maven we are going to use as a build tool. GitHub we are going to use as a source code repository. Next, SonarQube we are going to use for code review purpose. Jenkins we are going to use it here. What is the purpose of this Jenkins, guys? Why we will use Jenkins? What is the purpose of this Jenkins? Yesterday I told, if you want to deploy the project, which tool we need to use, guys? Using Jenkins only we will do the deployment process, guys. Using Jenkins we will do the deployment process at here. Right. Next, what is this Ansible? What is Ansible, guys? What is this Ansible? Ansible is a configuration management tool.
Yes.
By using Ansible, what we are doing? We are configuring in the servers. Remotely, we are connecting to multiple servers and we are doing configurations by using Ansible. What about Terraform? What we will do with Terraform, guys? Terraform is a infrastructure. We are going to create the infrastructure by using Terraform. Right? How many ways we can create the infrastructure? To create the infrastructure, we have two ways are available. To GUI, we can create the infrastructure by using some code. Also, we can able to create the infrastructure. If you want to create the code, right, by using, right, if you want to create the infrastructure by using code, then we need to go to this Terraform. What is this Docker? Docker is a containerization tool. Kubernetes is a orchestration tool. ELK, what is the purpose of this ELK? Why we will use ELK, guys? Why we will use this ELKs? ELKs, Grafana, Prometheus. Why we will use all these things?
Monitoring purpose.
So these are the monitoring tools, guys. These are the monitoring tools. Once you deploy the application in server, you need to monitor that application, whether it is running or not, how it is performing, all those things we need to monitor. For that purpose, we need to use these monitoring tools. Grafana is there, Prometheus is there, ELK, all these are the monitoring tools. By using Grafana and Prometheus, right? We can monitor the clusters. We are creating the Kubernetes clusters, right? We need to monitor those clusters also. Right? To monitor the Kubernetes clusters, we are going to use this Grafana and Prometheus. By using ELK, what we will monitor? Log files. Log files. How the application is running, how the servers are running, right? The log files will be generated. Those log files we will monitor by using this ELK, right? So next here we have Nexus. What is the purpose of this Nexus? Right here, what is the package we are creating for our application? So that package we will store in one server, that is Nexus repository server. It is a repository server, guys. Here, how GitHub is a repository server to store the code. Whatever the developers are writing, they will upload that code into the GitHub repository server. Same way, whatever the packages we are creating for our project, those packages we need to store in some repository, that is Nexus repository, which we are going to use. What is this Tomcat? Tomcat is a web server. If you want to deploy any web application, we should require one web server. Here we are going to use this Tomcat as a web server at here. Is it clear, guys? Which tool we will use, which purpose, everything is clear? Please have a look into these tools once. Right, guys. And what we are going to discuss in our AWS cloud? What we are going to discuss in AWS cloud? Here I told that 20 plus services we are going to discuss in this AWS. What 20 plus services we are going to discuss? See, guys. First, what we will discuss in AWS, guys? At the very first one, let's see. First, we will discuss what is cloud computing. What is cloud computing? We need to discuss. What is cloud computing? Next, we will talk about advantages of this cloud. Why we need to go for this cloud? What are the advantages we have with this cloud? We need to understand. Cloud advantages. Right. So here we have. Next we will discuss about IaaS versus PaaS versus SaaS. IaaS means infrastructure as a service. PaaS means platform as a service. SaaS means software as a service. What are the differences we have between these three things? With one beautiful diagram, I will explain, guys. When we will go for IaaS, when we will go for PaaS, when we will go for SaaS. IaaS stands for infrastructure as a service. Right? PaaS stands for platform as a service. SaaS stands for software as a service. All these three things will be provided by cloud only. What you want, you need to choose. Whether you want IaaS or PaaS or SaaS, that you need to decide. Right, guys? Once this one is completed, next I will talk about what is introduction of the AWS. Up to these three things, right, we are talking about the cloud only. Up to here, we are talking about the cloud only. Now, in cloud, multiple things are there, right? Right, multiple cloud providers are there. So now we are going to start introduction of AWS. AWS introduction. Right here, how to create the free tier account in AWS. How to create the free tier account in AWS. How to create the free tier account in AWS. Next, I will explain about the AWS console. Right, once you open the console in AWS, you can able to see multiple things. Right, regions you can able to see. Right, all those things. I will explain AWS console. So next here, I will explain AWS services overview. What services are available? Right, when we will use which service. So that overview I will give it here. Next here, I will discuss about regions and availability zones. Under in AWS, we have so many regions are available. Under those regions, availability zones are available. AWS regions and availability zones. Right. So what is the nearest AWS region for us, guys? Can anyone tell me what is the nearest AWS region for us?
Chennai.
In India,
Mumbai.
we have only one AWS region.
Mumbai.
In India, we have only one region, which is Mumbai. In Mumbai, we have the region, guys. Coming soon, one region is going to come in Hyderabad. Second region, they are going to start in Hyderabad, guys. As of now, we have only one region in Mumbai. Under Mumbai region, how many availability zones are available? Under Mumbai region, how many availability zones are available? 3 availability zones are available. Right, in India, we have only one region, which is Mumbai. Under Mumbai region, we have 3 availability zones. Right, I will discuss, guys, what is the region, what is availability zone, how much distance they will maintain between each zone. Right, we will discuss in detail, don't worry. Right, so once it is completed, next I will discuss about AMI. AMI. If you want to create a virtual machine in AWS, the first step we need to choose the AMI. AMI stands for Amazon Mission Image. By using that images only, we will create the virtual machines. Right, AWS is providing some of the images. We can use those images. Otherwise, we can create some custom images. By using those custom images also, we can able to create the EC2 instance. Right, what is AMI, guys? AMI stands for Amazon Mission Images. Amazon Mission Images. If you want to create the Linux virtual machine or Windows virtual machine or anything, right, we should require these images. By using these images only, we will create the instances. Right, so next we will discuss about the very important service in AWS is EC2. EC2, guys, what is EC2 stands for? Guys, tell me what is EC2? Tell me, guys.
Storage.
What is EC2? Elastic Compute Cloud. Elastic Compute Cloud. Right, don't confuse. In interviews, sometimes they will conduct the written test. In written test, they will give the options. EC2 stands for Elastic Cloud Computing. Elastic Compute Cloud, like that they will give the options. Right, EC2 stands for not Elastic Cloud Computing. Elastic Compute Cloud. Elastic Compute Cloud, guys, don't confuse. Right, so the biggest service in AWS is EC2 only. We need to discuss so many things in EC2 service. Give me 1 minute, guys. Let me open Right, AWS console. I will show here. I will show all the services at here. Guys, you guys should create the account in AWS. Then only you can go to this AWS console. First, you need to create the account. Once you created the account, it is 1 year free. 1 year free. They won't charge anything up to 1 year. Every month you will get 750 hours. You guys should have the account, then only you can able to log in into this AWS. See guys, so when you opened console, AWS console, you guys will get like this. You guys will get like this. All these are the recently visited services. Right, all these are the recently visited services. Here you can see, right, all the services which are available in AWS. See guys, these many services are available. These many services are available in AWS. See guys, EC2 is very important service. See, in our system, right, in real time guys, once you joined in the company, right, for deployment purpose, right, where you will deploy the applications guys, we are not going to deploy the applications in Windows environments. In Windows server, we want to deploy the applications. Right, the developers will use the Windows machines for developing the applications. For deployment purpose, we want to use Windows machines. Right, we need to use Linux machines only. We will deploy the applications in Linux machines only in real time. Right, in your system, if you want to set up the Linux, we can do it guys. We can do it. Right, in our laptops, we have the Windows operating system. On top of that Windows operating system, you can install other operating system also. For that, we required one software which is called as hypervisor. By using hypervisor, we can install other operating systems also on our Windows operating system. Right, by using hypervisor and virtual boxes, we can install Linux also in our system. But if you do like that, our system performance will go down. Right, in one system, if you have multiple operating systems, what it will happen? Automatically performance will be reduced. So that's why we are not going to do anything in our Windows operating system. AWS cloud. In AWS cloud, we are going to create some Linux virtual machines. Linux virtual machines means physically we can't able to see those machines. From our Windows operating system, right, we are going to connect with that Linux machines and we are going to perform the operations. We are going to perform the operations guys. So this is the console you will get. This is the console you will get. Here we have so many regions. These are the different regions we have guys. In all these places, AWS data centers are available. Regions. In our India, we have only one region which is Mumbai region. See, Asia Pacific. This is Mumbai region. We have only.
Please.
Even asking question.
Yeah.
Please go ahead.
My name is Moise. I come from Bamako, Mali, Africa.
I'm not getting your voice. Please, a little bit. Hello.
Are you hear me?
It's very low voice. It's coming.
Are you hear me?
It is not clear, my dear. It is not clear.
Your voice is too low.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay.
You can type actually.
Yeah, you can type it, please.
What is my region here?
And your voice is too low. Your voice is coming, but it is too low. I'm not able to understand what you are asking.
You can
hello?
mute yourself because it's getting a lot of noise. And you can type if you want to ask any question. You can mute yourself. Background noise is coming.
Hello?
Hi.
Yeah, now you can speak it once.
Yeah. I say, what is my region here?
Pardon?
What is my region here? My region.
Could you please type it in chat box once?
Okay.
Yeah. Otherwise, guys, please note it down your doubts. We will discuss at the end. Otherwise, why? Because we need to discuss all the services once today. Right, guys. See here, we have the different regions, guys. In all these regions, we have the AWS data centers. Coming to Mumbai region, we have 3 availability zones are available. One is AP South 1A, AP South 1B, AP South 1C. Like that, 3 availability zones are available under Mumbai region. Right. So we can connect with any region, not a problem. You can connect with the North Virginia, California, right? Any Hong Kong, right? Anything you can connect. But the recommended one is the nearest region we need to connect. What is the recommendation? Nearest region we can connect. That is the recommendation what we have. Okay, guys. See next here, coming to EC2 guys, right? If you want to create, already I told, right, infrastructures we can create in 2 ways. What 2 ways are available? One is through GUI we can able to create, another one is by using Terraform we can able to create. So this is the GUI. See here, if you want to create any Linux virtual machine, we have the option launch instance. See, if you click on this launch instance, we have 7 steps are there to create the Linux virtual machine. Not only Linux virtual machine, Windows virtual machine also we can create it here. Total 7 steps we need to follow to create the virtual machine. Here everything we can do through GUI only. Here there is no code, guys. There is no code. Everything, see guys, everything we can do through GUI only. The first step, already I told, we need to choose the image. By using which image we need to create the EC2 instance. The first one only we need to choose the image. See guys, see here. If you want to create the Linux virtual machine, these 7 steps we need to follow. First one is choose AMI. Next, choose instance type, configure the instance, add storage, add tags, configure security groups. All these things we will discuss, guys. All these things. See here, we have the options, right, to do everything through GUI only. Same Linux machines we can create by using code also. For that, we need to go for Terraform. Okay. So this is the right dashboard, guys. This is the console of the AWS. Right here, you can search whatever the service you want. You can search it here. You can search it here, guys. Right. If you go back, right, just now I told, right, we can create. See, all these are the images, guys. These are the images here. Whatever you are seeing, choose an Amazon machine image. All these are the different images which are providing by the AWS. Right, if you want, you can choose any one of these images to create the Linux virtual machine. Otherwise, right here, my AMIs are there, right? Right, we will create custom AMIs also based on our requirement. Whatever the AMIs we are creating, those AMIs will come under this my AMIs. See, so these AMIs I have created for my previous batch. See, that's why I can able to see it here. Right, my AMIs means whatever we created, those AMIs will come under this. At the time of creating Linux virtual machine, you can choose our own AMIs also. Right? Community AMIs means what? Like us, some other people are created some AMIs and they put in this, guys. Some other people also created some AMIs and they uploaded it here. We can use those AMIs also to create the Linux virtual machine. Right, AWS marketplace means AWS is providing some AMIs. Those AMIs are available in AWS marketplace. We can choose AMI from this location also. Here we have three things. One is my AMIs, another one is AWS marketplace, third one is community AMIs. My AMIs means whatever we creating, those AMIs are available in my AMIs. AWS marketplace means AWS is providing some AMIs. Those AMIs are available in AWS marketplace. Community AMIs means, right, how we are creating the AMIs. Same way other people also will create the AMIs. They will put those AMIs in this community place. Right, we can choose those AMIs also to create the Linux virtual machine. Clear, guys? Right, if you want to create our custom AMIs, here we have the option images. AMIs is there. If you click on this, here we will get the option to create the image. We will get the option to create the image. These are the images which I created, guys. These are the images which I created. See, here we can able to create custom images. We will discuss how to create custom images and all those things. We will discuss it later. Okay, clear, guys, up to here? This is the EC2. EC2, guys, in EC2 we need to discuss all these things, guys. Very, very important, all these things. Right, in EC2, first we will discuss AMIs. Next, I will talk about the Elastic Block Store. Under Elastic Block Store, we need to discuss volumes and snapshots and lifecycle manager. Right, what is Elastic Block Store? What is Elastic Block Store? If you want to store the information, some storage is required. So whenever you are creating the EC2 instance, by default you will get root volume. Storages you will get in the form of volumes, guys. Storages you will get in the form of volumes. By default you will get one root volume with 8 GB space. Right, suppose if 8 GB is not sufficient, you can create some additional volume. The maximum capacity of the additional volumes is 16 TB, 16 terabytes, means 16,000 GB, 16,000 GB. You can create additional volumes and you can attach this additional volume to our EC2 instance. Snapshots means whatever the volumes we are creating, we can take the backup of those volumes. Right? The backup of volume is nothing but snapshot. Backup of the volume is nothing but snapshot. Lifecycle manager. Here we need to configure, right, how to take the backup. Every day you want to take the backup. Every week, every quarterly, every monthly. Suppose if you want to take every day, right, every hour we need to take, or every 12 hours we need to take, how to take the backup, that we need to configure in lifecycle manager. Right, this is Elastic Block Store, guys. Right, so after EC2 we will discuss about Elastic Block Store, EBS. Guys, I will take all your doubts. Please wait, let me complete all the services. Otherwise today also it won't complete. I will take all your doubts at the end of the session. I will give the time at the end of the session. Please give me some time. Right, here EBS. EBS stands for what? Elastic Block Store. Elastic Block Store. Right, so once this Elastic Block Store is completed, I will talk about load balancer. So what is this load balancer? What is this load balancer, guys? Right, see here, I deployed the application in the server. Right, my application become very, very popular. Per day I'm getting lakhs of requests. I want to balance that load. Load is nothing but what? Multiple requests. Right, I want to balance that load. For one request, how much quickly I am providing the response. Right, suppose if you get only one request, how much quickly your application is providing the response. Same way, for 1 lakh request also, your application should provide the response with the same speed. For that, we need to balance that load. We need to balance that load. How to balance that load, we are going to discuss it here. So next we will talk about load balancer, means we will call it as ELB, Elastic Load Balancer. Right, next we will talk about auto scaling. Auto scaling. right? Based on the load, we need to scale up the servers. We need to increase the servers. Is nothing but scale up. Automatically, servers should be increased whenever load is more. Suppose sometimes you will get, suppose if you take any e-commerce related websites, Amazon, Flipkart, all these things, right? Sometimes they will conduct some festival season offers, festival offers, guys, right? Within fraction of seconds only, lakhs of requests will come. They will open one window, guys, right? Within this time only this offer is available, like that they will put some time window, right? At that time only, within that time span, lakhs of requests that Amazon application, Flipkart application will get. So at that time, how to load that, how to handle that much of load, how to handle that much of load? Suddenly I want to increase the servers. Automatically I want to increase the servers based on the load. That is called auto scaling. Scale up and scale down. Once that time is completed, that offer time is completed, again we won't get much more request, right? Normal way only we will get, and immediately I want to scale down, I want to reduce the servers. So that is called as auto scaling. Scale up and scale down, right? So how to distribute the load to multiple servers? Auto scaling means what? Increasing the server, scale up. Once you increase the server, how you will distribute the load to all those servers, we are going to discuss at load balancer. Okay, so load balancer and auto scaling. Next, once this auto scaling is completed, so we will discuss about S3 bucket. S3 bucket. S3 bucket is, what is this S3 bucket? It is also storage, right? It is also storage, guys, right? We can store the data, we can perform all CRUD operations with this S3 bucket. You can upload, you can delete, right? All operations you can perform with this S3 bucket, guys. This is also storage only, right? So next, once this S3 bucket is completed, so next we are going to talk about Route 53. Route 53. So next we will talk about, light sail. Right, next we will talk about RDS. RDS stands for what? Relational database. This is the database, guys. RDS is database. Relational database. Relational database, right? So database, why we will use database? I think everyone knows that, right? Next we will talk about DynamoDB. DynamoDB, right? This is one of the important topic. DynamoDB, we will discuss it here. Next up, this is very, very important, guys, especially in certification exams. VPC, guys, right? We will use this VPC for security purpose, guys, right? Private securities also we can create by using this VPC, right? Next one is CloudWatch. Next I will discuss about CloudWatch. So guys, each and every service we will discuss one by one, don't worry. CloudWatch, once this CloudWatch is completed, I will talk about CloudFormation. Next I will talk about SES. SES stands for what? Email service. In AWS, email services are there. How to work with those email services we will discuss. Email service. Once email service is completed, so next I will talk about SQS. What is SQS? Stands for queue service. Queue, messaging queues. Queue service. So next I will talk about SNS. SNS stands for what? Notification services, right? Notifications. If I want to give any notification, right? How to work with this SNS we will discuss. Notification services. Once this notification service is completed, I will talk about billing related information. I will give some billing related information, right? How much charge, right? How much AWS will charge if you cross that 750 hours, if you cross that 1 year, how the charges are applicable, right? All those things we will discuss. Right? Billing related information I will give. Billing related information. Right. So next we will talk about, right, ECS. ECS, Elastic Container Service. Elastic Container Service. All these things we are going to discuss in AWS Cloud, guys. All these things we are going to discuss in AWS Cloud. Please have a look into these things, guys. Please have a look into these services. These are the minimum, guys. Right? If anything I forget which are important, definitely I will add those things also at the end. Guys, if you completed these services, you can write the certification also on AWS Cloud. You can crack certification also easily if you clear all these services. If you learn up to these services, you can crack the certification also. And at the time of discussing these services, I will tell certification questions also. Right, how the certifications questions will come. Right, I will give those questions also at the time of discussing services. So which one is important for our interview? Which one is important in certification point of view? That one also I will explain. So that's what I'm telling, guys, based on that time. So these are the main services which I noted here. Based on that time, right, if I miss anything which are very, very important, I will add those things also, not a problem. Okay, where is your nearest region you are asking? So you are from which location? Africa. See here, for Africa, we here what we have? For Africa here, Moise, please check here what we have nearest one for you. So North Virginia, all these are the US related, US East, right, Ohio, California, right, US West Africa, Cape Town. Is it nearest for you? Cape Town is there in Africa. Cape Town is there.
My town is Mali, Bamako.
So is this right for you? Which one is the nearest? You can choose that one. Otherwise, you can connect with any region. Not only nearest one, you can connect with any region. You can you can launch the instances in any region. Not a problem. But just the recommendation they are telling, use your nearest region. Recommendation only, use nearest region. Otherwise, you can connect with any region. You can connect with the Mumbai region also. Not a problem. You can connect with the US, North Virginia, California, anything. Not a problem. Just the recommendation is connect with the nearest ones. That's it. Guys, so don't worry. Right. So these are the what important services which I am going to cover. I mentioned here. If you guys feel, suppose you guys will attend for the interviews, right? If you guys feel anything they are asking out of these services, please let me know. I will add those services also at the end. Definitely, I will add those services also at the end. Okay, I will add, not a problem. I will add Moise, I will add that one also. Clear? So all these services we are going to discuss in AWS, and all these tools we are going to discuss in our DevOps. All these tools we are going to discuss in DevOps, guys. Please have a look into these both DevOps and AWS tools. My intention, guys, everyone should become very strong in this DevOps and AWS. So that much in-depth content I will provide, and everything I will discuss internals also, everything I will discuss practically after completing. Guys, please mute, I'm getting some noise. See guys, for every tool here, Maven, GitHub, SonarQube, tools are there, right? For every tool at the end, I will give one lab task also. Anyway, at the time of discussing the tools, we will do some practicals. Once the tool is completed, I will give the lab task also. You guys need to work on that lab task. Right, then you guys will get more confidence. You guys can able to attend for the interviews very confidently if you do that lab task, guys. See, suppose Maven we are discussing. After completing this Maven, I will give one lab task on this Maven. GitHub is completed. I will ask you to do one lab task on this both. SonarQube is completed. I will give one lab task on all these three tools. Jenkins is completed. I will give one lab task to do on all four, guys. Like that, for every tool at the end, I will give the lab task also to get more confidence on the subject. Guys, nowadays not only DevOps, guys, some cloud also required. Cloud also required, guys. Why? Because right, the DevOps people are going to deploy the projects. Where they are going to deploy the project? In AWS only, right? So why we need to go for this cloud? I will give simple example, guys. I will give simple example. Now today I have one function in my house, right? I have one marriage function is there. For that marriage function, I'm planning to invite 1,000 people, guys. 1,000 people, right? For 1,000 people, I need to, right? I need to this one, what we call. Some function is there, lunch and everything I'm providing. For that, I need to take 1,000 chairs and at least right, 400 tables I required, and some right, tent house, some cooking items are there, right? Cooking items and all those things are required, guys. Function only one day in my house. Function is only one day. For one day purpose, I will purchase all those things, guys. After completing the function, what you will do with those items? Right, suppose okay, you will use for other functions in next future if there is any functions. Suppose if you can use those things, but where you will keep all those things? If you want to store all those items, you should have some place also, right? You should have some place and you need to invest lot of money, right? Instead of doing that, what you guys will do, right? In our villages, we have tent house shops are available. If you go to there, you will get everything for rent. Tables, chairs, kitchen items, everything you will get for rent. Right? You need to pay only rent for 1 or 2 days. Once function is completed, you need to pay the rent. They will come and they will collect their items. That's it, guys. Same way in real time in our companies. If you want set up infrastructure on your own premises, in-house means in our company only. If you want to set up the infrastructure, you need one room, guy. You need one server room, right? You need ACs, air conditions in that server room, and you need power backup in the server rooms, and you need to purchase high configured computers, and you need to install all the softwares, and you need to, right? You should have good network, and you should have security for that, right? All these things you only need to take care. Suppose by mistake, if power gone, what you will do, guys? And okay, I have started the business. I have started one company. After 1 month or 2 months, my business is not good. What I will do with all these items? waste of money, waste of time, right? So that's why AWS cloud, in market we have cloud providers are there, so they are providing, right? Cloud providers are providing all these things for a rent, guys. Whatever the software and hardware resources you want, all those resources cloud providers are giving for a rent, right? How many days you want, how many things you want, take from them and pay for the rent only whatever you are using. I want only one mission, right? For that mission, whatever the softwares are required, whatever the hardwares are required, everything they will take care. Just we need to pay the rent for them. How many days you are going to use those resources, only for those days only you need to pay the rent. Understood, guys? Nowadays all the companies are using these cloud providers only, guys. No one is not set up their infrastructure in their own companies. No one is not doing that, guys. Everyone is going with this cloud providers only. In market we have so many cloud providers are available. Wait, one AWS is one of the biggest cloud provider, guys. Right, one of the biggest cloud provider is AWS. AWS is there, Amazon is there, GCP is there, Salesforce is there. Like that, so many cloud providers are available in market. Right, among all those, AWS is the biggest one. Here, what we are doing, right? Just right, we are connecting with that AWS cloud. In their AWS cloud only, we are creating the virtual machines. In those virtual machines only, we are installing the softwares. There only, we are deploying the application. If you have the good internet connection, that is enough to connect with this AWS cloud. You can connect and you can use whatever you want and pay the rent for them. That's it. We don't need to set up anything in our company. You don't need to set up anything in our premises. Everything we are doing in AWS cloud only. Here we have data centers are available, right? What is the nearest data center you have, you need to choose, and there you need to create your virtual machines, right? Security, power backup, and everything will be taken care by themselves only. We don't need to worry about that. So that's why, right here, DevOps people, what is the main responsibility of the DevOps people? CI/CD will come at it here. CI/CD, everything will come in Jenkins, guys. Jenkins, continuous integration and continuous delivery, everything will come under this Jenkins. We will discuss those things. Okay. See, guys. So what is the responsibility of the DevOps engineers, guys? They need to see, guys, if you go to any project, right, we can see two types of people, two types of teams we can able to see. Right, what teams we can see? See, in real time, right, if you go to any project, right, we can see below two teams. What teams, guys? One is development team. Second one is operations team. Right, what is the responsibility of the development team? Development team responsibility is, development team will develop the application as per client requirement, by using some programming languages. We don't know which programming language they will use. Based on their requirement, either Java or Python or .NET, by using some programming languages, they will develop the application. Guys, if you learn all these things, you guys will become very good DevOps engineer. Right here, whatever we are discussing, all these things are required for the DevOps engineer. Right, after completing all these things, confidently you guys can tell you guys have 4+ years of experience as a DevOps engineer. So that much content I am going to deliver. See guys, development, what is the responsibility of the development team? Development team will develop the application as per client requirement by using some programming languages. Right? What is the responsibility of the operations team? What is the responsibility after responsibility of the operations team? Once development is completed, right, then DevOps operations team will come into the picture. Operations team will come into the picture. What operations team will do? Operations team will deploy and deliver the project to client. Right. Development team and operations team both should work collaboratively to deliver the quality of the project to client as quickly as possible. See guys, if you go to any project, we can see these two teams guys, development team and operations team. What development team will do? Development team will develop the application as per client requirement by using some programming languages. Once development is completed, then operations team will come into the picture. Once development is completed, then operations team will come into the picture. What operations team will do? Right, whatever the code they developed, right, operations team will take that code and they will compile that code, they will build that code, they will package that code as a WAR file or jar file, and they will deploy that WAR file into the servers. Who will deploy the application to the servers? DevOps engineers only. Who will create the server infrastructure? I want different environments guys. Environments I want. Environment is nothing but what? A platform where we will run our application, that is called as environment. In companies, we can see multiple environments. 1 minute. In yesterday evening session, I explained that. In yesterday evening session only, I have explained that environments guys. Let me open the diagram. Yesterday evening session, I explained that. What is yesterday date? 14th, right? 14th. This is the diagram which I explained in yesterday. Edit with. See guys. See, in the companies, we can see these many environments. Right? What environments are there guys? See here, we have development environment, SIT environment, UAT environment, pilot environment, production environment. Like this, multiple environments are available. We need to deploy the application in multiple environments, not in single environment. Before delivering the project to the client, we need to run our application in multiple environments. Who will create these environments? Our DevOps engineers only will create these environments. Right. So next, who will create these Jenkins jobs and all? If you want to deploy the application, right, in these environments, we should have some jobs. Where we will create all these jobs? In Jenkins, we will create all these jobs. At the same time, we need to maintain some branches also in the GitHub repository. Who will create those branches? Our DevOps engineers only. Right? On these three things, DevOps engineers will involve guys. What developers will do guys? Developers, just they will develop the code and they will upload that code into the GitHub repository. That's it. Development job is completed. Right? They will develop the code and they will push that code into the GitHub repository. From that time onwards, everything will be taken care by the DevOps engineers only. Here, whatever the jobs DevOps engineers are creating in the Jenkins, in that jobs we need to configure from where we need to download the code, from where we need to deploy the code, right? Everything we need to configure in these jobs. Where we will create these jobs? In Jenkins, we will create the jobs. Right? So if you want to deploy the application in environments, you guys should have strong knowledge on Jenkins. Then only you guys can able to do. Right? From where you guys are going to download the code? From the GitHub repository. That's why first we are going to discuss GitHub only. GitHub only, right? See, from this branches GitHub, if you want to download the code, if you want to build that code, if you want to convert as package, you guys should have Maven. You guys should know Maven. That's why second concept we are going to discuss Maven tool. Once you are strong in Maven, see, here inside the job we need to tell, array, by using Maven, download the code from branch which are available in the GitHub. Once you download the code, you need to build that code by using Maven build tool. You need to package that code by using Maven tool. Once you package it as a jar or WAR file, you need to deploy that one into some environment. That everything we need to configure inside the job creation. Right? Where you will create these jobs? Inside the Jenkins, you will create the jobs. See guys? Right here only GitHub is there, Maven is there, Jenkins is there. And inside this job only, we need to configure SonarQube also. Why we are using SonarQube? For code review purpose. Code review purpose. Everything we are doing in these jobs only. Right? DevOps engineers needs to work on GitHub. DevOps engineers needs to work on Jenkins. DevOps engineers needs to work on these environments also. Is it clear, guys? Is it clear? All these things will be taken care by DevOps engineers only. If you guys want to become a good DevOps engineer, compulsory you should know all these tools. Then only you guys will become good DevOps engineer. Is it clear, guys? What DevOps engineers will do? Evening class, GitHub is completed, Maven is completed. Environments classes are completed. Today I am going to start Jenkins for them, guys. Right, evening class, right? Three tools are completed already. Right, evening class already 3 tools are completed, guys. GitHub, Maven, all those things are completed already in evening batch. Okay, guys, now clear? Who will create this environment? We only. DevOps engineers only need to create this environment. Who will create these Jenkins jobs? DevOps engineers only. Who will create? These are the branches, guys. In the GitHub repository, main is one branch. Develop is one branch. Feature is one branch. SID is one branch. UAT is one branch. Release is one branch. Who will create this release branch, SID branch, UAT branch and all? We only. DevOps engineers only need to create these branches. So what developers will do then? Just they will develop the code based on client requirement. They will push the code into the GitHub repository. Right? From next, right, operations team will come and they will take care of all these things, guys. Okay. Guys, evening. AWS also 4 services are completed. In AWS, see here, I have written, right? Evening batch, all these things are EBS also completed. Right, this one also completed. All these things are completed in evening batch. Right, coming to this, right, Maven is completed, GitHub is completed, and after GitHub, here I have discussed environments. What environments are there? Who will work on which environment? Right, those things are completed. Right, Jenkins is started, guys. Evening batch. Jenkins is running. Right, if you want to understand that Jenkins, first you guys should understand GitHub, Maven, all those things. Then only you guys can able to understand Jenkins. Clear guys what we are discussing? Right now clear where DevOps engineers will come into the picture. What is the job of the DevOps engineers are clear. Right, this everything DevOps engineers only need to take care. Where you guys are creating these environments guys? Right, we will create all these environments in cloud only. All environments we will create in cloud only. AWS cloud only we are going to create all these environments. Okay. What is job? What is branch? Right, what is GitHub? What is Jenkins? You guys no need to worry. Right, just why I'm showing this diagram means right, someone asked right, I want to become DevOps engineer, right? So if you want to become strong DevOps engineer, then you should know all these things. Right, here DevOps engineers will come into the picture to do all these operations. So these are the operations guys. These are the operations which DevOps team needs to perform. Okay. Yes guys, here I didn't started anything, just I have given the course content, first class only. Just I have given the course content, I didn't started anything. Right, from tomorrow I'm going to start introduction. From tomorrow I'm going to start introduction. Is it okay? Just I'm giving the course content guys. I didn't discuss anything guys. This is our course content. This is our course content guys. Right, after completing AWS and DevOps, right, already I told right, real-time projects also I will show. End to end, how I am doing in my company, how I am doing in my project, I will show everything at here. The entire process, each and every stage, what it will happen, I will show. You guys can put this project in your resume and you guys can explain these projects in your interviews. End to end, I will show guys. I told already, I'm not only DevOps side, I'm working Java side also. I know end to end guys, from scratch to deliver the project to client. What is happening, everything I know. I will explain each and everything guys. Right, next I will discuss Python scripting also. By using Python scripting, what we are doing guys, I'm not going to discuss complete Python. Right, for our DevOps how much is required, that part only I will discuss. See here in DevOps, right, where we will use Python scripting guys. See, I want to automate the some of the things. See, suppose in Jenkins I have created 1000 jobs. In Jenkins I have created 1000 jobs. In out of 1000 jobs, right, if you want to delete 500 jobs, how you will delete? We have dashboard is there. You will go to the dashboard and one by one you will delete. All 500 you can't able to delete. But to delete all 500 jobs at a time out of 1000, I will write small 4 to 5 lines of the Python script. With that Python script, I can able to delete 500 jobs from out of 1000 jobs. Right. Tomorrow in Docker, we will create the containers. We will create the containers guys. Tomcat containers I will create. Some other containers I will create guys. In those containers, I want to delete some of the containers guys. If you want to delete some of the Docker containers, we don't have specific command. If you want, you can delete all the containers. For that we have the command. But I want to delete only few containers. For that, I will write one small Python scripting. With that Python scripting, I can delete few of the Docker containers. Right? So to do those kind of operations, whatever the things our tools can't able to perform, those things we are going to do by using this scripting. Understood guys? Whatever the things we can't able to perform, right? For to perform what activities, we don't have any commands in our tools. Those things we are going to perform by using this Python scripting. Right? Before starting those things, right? Just I will give some introduction about the Python. Right? What is Python? right? How you will write the conditions inside the Python, how you will write the loops inside the Python, how you will write the functions inside the Python, how you will create the classes inside the Python, how you will create the object for those classes in Python, how to access the members of the class by using object, right? That introduction I will give before starting actuals. Okay, all right. So next to this, after Python scripting here, I will give the interview questions also, guys. Tool wise in here, whatever the tools we are discussing, tool wise I will provide the interview questions also, right? For resume preparation, right, I have so many resumes in my laptop, right? In my company I will do the interviews, guys. I have so many resumes, right? If I want I can share the resumes, but not like that. I'm not sharing the resumes directly. For resume preparation I will conduct some class. I will conduct the classes, guys. See here, whatever the tools, whatever the services we are learning, how to put all these things in resume, I will show, guys, how to put all these things, whatever we are learning, how to put all these things, with all these things, how to prepare the resume, I will show. I will take 2 hours session and I will show all these things. That's it, guys. From tomorrow onwards, I'm going to start our actual content. From tomorrow onwards, I'm going to start actual content, guys. This is the course content. Now tell me, guys, anyone have any questions? So now if you guys have any questions, you guys can ask. Guys, subject wise, no compromise. Subject wise, no compromise, guys. Each and everything in detail with the practicals we are going to learn. Each and everything with the practical. After completing this course, you guys should tell, Array, I have 4 years of experience in DevOps with AWS. Right? I can work alone. I don't want any support. After completing this course, you guys should tell you guys can work alone without any support. So that much confidence you guys need to get. So that confidence I will build in everyone. Good morning, Royal. How many classes is it? Monday to Saturday, man. Monday to Saturday. Royal, connect with that Kalyan. So they will give my number. Ask with the Kalyan, they will provide the details. And you guys can talk with me. It is minimum 3 months, guys. Minimum 3 months. There is no compromise in that. Why? Because I am going to provide in-depth subject. So minimum 3 months is required. Daily 1.5 hour session. Daily 1.5 hour, Monday to Saturday, minimum 3 months it will take. Suppose in between, if any festivals are there, right, 1 week or 10 days it will extend. Otherwise, at minimum 3 months are required. Right. So videos, right, recorded videos, they will share, guys. They will share. Right, they will share to your, here we are going to create one Telegram group. In that Telegram group, they will share the recorded videos. Daily class notes. You guys not required to write any notes. Just to focus on the subject, whatever I am teaching. Right, here see how I have prepared this course content. Same way, for everything I will write the notes. See here how I have written. For every step I will write in notepad, guys. Every step I will mention in the notepad. At the end, after completing the session, I will share this notepad with you guys. You guys no need to write any running notes kind of things. Evening batches are going at 7:30 to 9:30, guys. 7:30 to 9:30. So they are attending AWS and DevOps parallelly. DevOps and AWS parallelly, they are attending in evening batch. Clear, guys? Running notes, you guys not required to write. Here I will prepare the notes for you guys. For you guys, I am preparing the notes. Once class is completed, I will share these notes also. I will share these notes, right? Whatever the diagrams I am creating, those diagrams I will share, everything I will show. No need to worry. Yes, Raju, here we are going to discuss. See this course content. Right, in AWS, we are going to discuss 20 plus services. See here, I have written 26 content something. And here in DevOps, we are going to discuss 15 tools around. All these things we are going to discuss. All these things we are going to discuss. And this batch also DevOps with AWS. If you learn only DevOps, there is no use. You guys should have one cloud technology also along with the DevOps. Along with the DevOps, one cloud also must be required. So which cloud is more demand? Which cloud have more demand? AWS have more demand, right? Compare with other cloud providers. Right? Other cloud providers means, right, we have Azure is there, GCP is there, like that. So many cloud providers are available in market. If you compare with those things, AWS is number one in the market. Yes, coming to salary structure. Salary structure. Right, minimum you guys will get experience into 4 lakhs. Minimum, guys. If you perform very well in the interview, you guys can expect experience into 5 also. Minimum 4 lakhs per 1 year. Suppose if you guys put 3 years, minimum you guys will get up to, right, up to 15 lakhs you will get per annum for 3 years experience. For 3 years experience, right, maximum 15 to 16 lakhs, up to 15 to 16 lakhs you will get for 3 years experience. Six years, at 6 years experience candidates are getting 35 lakhs, guys. 6-7 years experience, 6-7 years experience candidates, whoever having knowledge, good experience on DevOps with AWS, those people are earning 35 lakhs also, whoever having 7 years experience. That's why I told minimum is 4 lakhs into experience. At maximum, that depends on your performance in the interview. So very good demand is there, guys, for DevOps with AWS. Very good market is there. So once you guys completed this course, and you guys can climb up to 4 years of experience. I'm not going to tell beyond that, guys. So don't put 5-6 years. And if you put like that, right, so you guys need to play lead role. You guys need to handle the teams. You guys need to guide your teammates. That some additional responsibilities also will come. So that's why I'm telling up to 4 years. Up to 4 years. If you cross that one, right, you guys need to handle multiple situations. Okay. So anyone have any questions? In US, recently one of my friend joined in US, guys. So how much he's getting? That guy have 7 years of experience. 7 years that guy have, not 7, I think 6.5, like that. I have 6.5 years. I have that guy have. So that guy is getting 1.2 per annum. In US, one of my friend recently he joined in this year only. This year April he joined. This year April he joined. Right, he is getting 1.2 per annum. 6 years approximately. That guy have 6 years, 6.5 years. That have 1.2 he is getting. 1.2 lakh per annum. Correct. So now you guys can calculate how much you guys will get per month. Okay. Fine, guys. From tomorrow onwards, we are going to jump into actual content, guys. Okay. Can I stop the session? Anyone have any questions?
Sir, it's on offline classes available.
No, guys, no. Spring Boot and all those things not required. We are not the developers. Spring Boot, Java and all those things are not required here. There is no dependency on programming languages. For DevOps engineers, programming languages are not required. Just a Python scripting I'm going to cover. Other programming languages are nothing is required here, guys. Okay, fine, guys. I'm stopping here. Right, we will connect. Yeah.
So, if we deploy any code for production, if any issues coming, for example, Kubernetes, we have deployed the code. Any troubleshooting also DevOps engineer will do generally?
Yeah, we will do, guys. See, first we need to identify where it is pipelines. We will use pipelines for deployment, right? Through pipeline only deployment will happen. If any pipeline got failed, pipeline means it contains multiple stages, guys. Right? So DevOps engineers only need to troubleshoot why pipeline got failed, due to which reason that pipeline got failed. There is any coding related issues or any environment related issues or any memory related issues, right? DevOps engineers only need to troubleshoot.
So till pipeline is success, but the application is not working, that is
No,
not DevOps.
no. Until pipeline success, we can't able to tell that the application is not yet deployed. Once pipeline all stages are successfully completed, then only your application will deployed into the server.
Okay.
Multiple stages are there. I will show, guys, what stages are available in pipeline. I will show, right? Each and every stage should pass. Then only application will deploy into the server. If any stage got failed, right, your application won't go to the server. We need to verify. We need to see the logs. Right? We need to see the log files why that pipeline is failed, in which stage it is failed. And we need, suppose if there is any build only failed, build is the beginning stage. In build level only it is failed. Right? When it will fail in build level, if there is any problem at the development side. Right? If developers are not written proper unit test cases, right? If developers are not followed coding standards, right? If developer there is no code coverage properly, right? We will maintain some code coverages, guys. It should cross 80% minimum. Like that, we need to maintain that code coverage. If a developer code is not reached that coverage, right? Build stage only your pipeline will get failed. Right? So we need to inform them, "Arey boss, your unit test is failed. Please verify those unit test cases." We need to tell to the developers. Developers will work and again they will upload the code into the GitHub repository. Again, our job will pick the code from there and again it will do the process, guys. Building, packaging and deploying, everything it will do again. It is the repeated process.
So one of the step is deploying into Docker or Kubernetes. So if we do learning that that understanding of Kubernetes, so that in case the DevOps is failed at Kubernetes level, so that we can do a basic troubleshoot. That is the point we are learning Kubernetes, correct?
No, why we are learning this Kubernetes and Docker's, right? See here, if you want to deploy the application in single server with Jenkins, we can do that. Jenkins is enough to deploy the application in single server. But in real time, suppose if you take any project, any other banking projects or anything, HDFC Bank is there, ICICI Bank is there, anything, if you take any applications, right, they will deploy it in multiple servers, not in single server. If you deploy in single server, what it will happen? Suppose due to some reason, your server got crashed. That application will be available to the customers? It's not available. Right, application is not available. So that's why we need to deploy the application in multiple servers. See here, in one server, right, my application is running. To run that application, I have installed so and so software, so and so configuration is available. That same configuration, same software we need to do in other servers also. If any configuration got missed, your application won't run in the other servers. So how you can move this entire configuration to other servers? By using containers. Docker containers, right? We will create one Docker image. Whatever I have in my system, with all those things, I will create one Docker image. With that, I will give that Docker image to you. With that image, you can do the setup in your system. Right? If you want to run the application in multiple servers, then we need to go for this Docker and Kubernetes and all, guys.
So creation of Dockers and these things and all other team will take care, right? Generally.
Docker images, creating Docker images and all. Here we also will create, guys. So we also will create.
Okay.
In our practicing time, right here we also will create. In the companies, separate teams are available, guys.
Yes, correct.
And here for learning purpose, how to create the Docker images, right? How to, by using Docker image, how to create the right, environments and everything, right? I will show. Practically, we will discuss all those things. We are learning. Here we don't have anyone to do all these things. We only need to do. But in companies, we will have separate teams.
Generally understanding the YAML files, everything and all, we will be learning in this DevOps.
Yeah, correct. Why? Because YAML is the very, very important. Right? Everywhere we need to use that YAML. In Docker, we need to write the YAML files. In Kubernetes, we need to write the YAML files. Ansible is very, very important. In Ansible, we need to write so many YAML files. And with the YAML files only, we will do the configurations in Ansible. See, from your remote mission, if you want to connect with 100 servers and if you want to do the configuration in all 100 servers, what you will do? Right here in our remotely, we will connect from our laptop to all those missions. In our laptop, we need to install the Ansible. Through that Ansible only, we will do the configurations. For that, we need to write the playbooks. Right? How you will write the playbooks? YAML files only. Playbooks are YAML files only. We need to write. Right? If you write the playbooks, we can reuse those YAML files whenever you want. You can reuse those YAML files. Right? We can do through commands also. If you do through commands, you can't able to reuse, right? Every time, whenever you want, you need to remember those commands and you need to write those commands. Instead of that, if you write the playbook, right, tomorrow, right, my company decided to take 100 new servers. Again, whatever the existing configuration is there, I want to do that configuration in newly established servers also. So at the time, what I need to do? Again, I need to write all the commands. I can't able to remember those many number of commands. So that's why I'm writing playbooks. Playbooks also YAML files only, right? Just I will run those playbooks in those servers. Automatically, all the configuration will come into those missions also. And YAML files are very, very important in our DevOps course, guys. In Docker, Kubernetes, Ansible, everywhere we will write YAML files only. Okay.
So last question I'm asking.
Yeah, please.
So for any project creation, so we do create tasks, we do create, there are many test plans.
Jira, I will explain, guys. Jira, I will explain. In that Jira, right, we need to create the stories. We will call it as stories, task. Right there, how to create the story in the Jira. Right? So for anything in the companies, if you want to do anything, suppose if you are going to do one deployment, for that, we need to create one Jira ticket. So we need to create one story for us. Right? Based on that stories only, based on that Jira only, client will get to know whether we are working or not.
Yes.
Suppose Raju, one guy is there. On which task Raju is working? How client will know? Based on that stories only. So whatever the stories are assigned on our name, we need to work on those stories. For everything, suppose your manager will come and he will ask, "Arey, please update this HLD document," like that he will ask. Directly we can ask to the manager, first create the story on my name, then only I will work. Like that we can tell. Right? Then what they will do, they will create one Jira story for you. Right? You can start. Right? You can start work on that, and you can update in the story how much time it take to complete that task and everything in the Jira ticket. For everything, we need have some story. Otherwise, client will feel that guys are not working anything. We need to showcase what we are doing in the companies.
Tracking.
Yeah, the tracking is important, guys. Okay, so that Jira also we will discuss here.
Okay. Even this also we can tag to Jenkins as well. When everything is completed, then only you have to do this.
Right, next we are discussing everything we will discuss. What I am using in my projects, everything I will practically show.
Okay.
Okay, guys. Fine, guys. So tomorrow we will discuss remaining things. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Raju.